Since the mainstream media has been all about shootings this past week, I'm gonna hop on that trend for the pew pew Call of Duty news of the week. Yesterday, Treyarch did a 40-minute or so live stream introducing the world to the third DLC installment named Descent, after what Call of Duty is doing in the revenue charts. It wouldn't be a professional stream without numerous sound echo issues that even the most pleb of streamers would know to mute their own stream.
We got something for everybody, including the premiere of a couple new assets. Okay, first we're going to kick things off with the world premiere of the Zombies asset. We'll have plenty to talk about after people see it. But
the only word I could make out was asset, which was used several times because Treyarch knows Zombies is the only thing worth playing in Black Ops 3. Then the opening sequence from Gorod, Krovi, the new Zombies experience, is played, but you can't make out what's going on since the Ace of Spades audio song has been doubled the entire time. Check out this sequence of events. Who the fuck is hanging around with a dead guy that has something on him that should save his life? Then we've got dragons flying around like Daenerys in Game of Thrones, and soldiers in mech suits like Titanfall or Mantis in Halo 5, even though this is supposedly set in the 1940s. And check out this next-gen version of Duck Hunt with a robot trying to shoot down a dragon, while also propagating the stereotype that all Russians are drunks off of vodka. Oh shit, now this is turning into a Godzilla movie with bad overdub voice acting, and the dragon using a mech like a wrecking ball like Miley Cyrus. There was only about 3 seconds of actual zombies in that entire trailer. Oh, and for those interested in trying to do the mental gymnastics to try and figure out the zombies' backstory, there's going to be a Call of Duty Zombies comic that is revealed at the San Diego Comic-Con. Then a multiplayer trailer starts with some pretty terror-bad rap music, but at least it doesn't sound like two robots fucking with the copious amount of dubstep that are in other trailers, which is what I totally expected given the vibe they were putting out right here. I mean, this looks like one of those shitty Sniper Clan montages with the giant letters on the side and the terror-bad color corrections. It secondly lies to your faces. It's not 4 new maps, but rather 3 maps and a reskin. Speaking of which, first is Empire, the Raid remake, but now with 50% more pool depth since you can actually swim in this one, since it's not built for midgets being only knee-high. Next is Cryogen, a map that T. Martin featured on his channel to pretend like nothing is going on at all, which we learned from the live stream was designed in Black Ops 2 but ultimately cut, which is why it looks like Takeoff or any other DLC map from Black Ops 2 from the outside, but on the inside it's so powerful that it lets you take out sentry guns with 1 EMP nade. Rumble is after that, which seems more like Core from Advanced Warfare with the bland color palette and the giant center area that everybody fights over, and 6 Semtex to other players but shoots them dead anyways before it goes off. Then is Berserk, yet another snow map with a bridge in the middle, kind of like Frost from Black Ops 2. Apparently the theme for this was Lord of the Rings, even though there isn't anything in the movie that resembles this map. It's more like Game of Thrones that influenced the Zombies map. And then it ends with a phrase with a much better rap song by Jay-Z. I guess that license wasn't in the budget though, along with the standard gravity spikes ending fair. The cutback to the interview was about as seamless as a baseball, with this PR clown reusing the same joke as before.
let's go. All right. Wow. Word coming in from the production booth, some fiber optic cable may have melted during that. Jason, we just got word from the production booth that melted some of the audio cables may have had some technical difficulties.
And not being able to remember the names of the DLC maps because that's how forgettable they actually are.
We've got a couple new maps, including Empire, which is the reimagining of the Black Ops 2 favorite raid. Additionally, we have Berserk, Cryogen, and Rumble. What am I forgetting?
Vaughn comes in to announce a new game mode called Fracture, which is basically just grind from Ghost, but this time in a public playlist. The only difference is that the area to deposit tags will rotate around the map instead of being a stationary point like in Blitz. Apparently the things that you have to pick up are called files, even though they're floating glowing orbs and not documents. Why they're called files and this mode is called Fracture is beyond me. It'll be out on Friday, so get ready for yet another update after the one that you just downloaded, and speaking of which, there was one released for both the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One #Console Master Race, of which the PS4 one is actually smaller than the Xbox One, even though the PS4 is getting the DLC today. Does this confirm that the DLC is already on the disc and we're just unlocking it behind a paywall? Wouldn't surprise me after what Activision did with Destiny. Anyways, in order to make the game more social, even though it's only degenerate nerds that play it, they're expanding on the groups functionality to bring it about 50% of what the old COD Elite clans did, and exploiting the PS4 Play Together feature, which allows players in a PlayStation party to send an invite to everyone in their party all at once. It's too bad that they still can't get the Black Ops 3 party system to bring your friends properly into games on the Xbox One, and I guess that's what happens when you're near the secondary console port. On to game tweaks, the Banshee shotgun supply drop weapon had its damage nerfed against score streaks because this game wasn't pay to win or anything. The GI unit was also corrected to not blow up like fireworks on the 4th of July after landing, thus rendering the second highest score streak in the game a complete waste of time. And since robotic movement is apparently a problem for Treyarch even in a futuristic game, a fix was made to the Safeguard robot, which previously started more than Biblical Reaper. The Tempest was buffed to one-shot kinetic armor and uplink drone carriers, now almost making it a viable pick in the competitive meta. Speaking of competitive, the Codcaster feature is enhanced so the spectators can actually discern what the fuck is going on the screen, and have black and white as team colors so that you can make a more accurate representation of what's going on the outside world with the police. More on competitive now that I've actually done more than reading the patch notes verbatim. The Call of Duty World League Stage 2 playoff starts this Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and ends on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the finals, unless there's another Bluetooth fiasco like in UMG Carolina. Finally, in a video uploaded to the official Call of Duty YouTube channel today, it goes behind the scenes as FaZe Clan is being filmed at the IMG Academy, which is a training facility for world-class athletes. In a hilarious attempt to validate a bunch of scrawny virginous white kids as actual sports stars that require physical regimens, the IMG Academy takes them through a process of training by lifting weights and touching screens. They also harp on nutrition to keep up endurance, which is important for athletes and also much better for your body than abusing Adderall or Ritalin. Of course, one needs physical activity because gaming is just sitting around in front of a TV for hours on end, but to call these guys pushing buttons athletes is just absurd. What do you guys think? If they're calling it esports to distinguish it from actual sports, then they shouldn't be called athletes as if they were playing a sport. Sure, you do need to have an expertise in the area if you're getting paid tons of money, but let's not act as if this is some sort of greater physical exertion than hockey or even a track and field event. I've been the Schwantz27, out like Tim Duncan. Until next time.